Thank you very much, Michelle. Yes, I would agree that it's great to see as you're connecting with people all across South Australia, seeing where they pop up, and especially in this space of sustainability where I just feel that our city and our state continues to gain momentum, and it really becomes part of our identity as a collective. So it's really nice to be able to see those connections. Thank you very much to the Carbon Neutral Adelaide organization to give us this platform to talk about our journey toward carbon neutral. I hope, I will disclose that we are the smallest organization, I think, in Australia to become carbon neutral. So interestingly enough, we became a really unique case study almost for the department. But that being said, I think between the scales of dsquared, United Communities, and also Sky City, I think you could get a large range of ideas of how you might be approaching this for your journey to carbon neutral as well. Next, please.
Smallest but the biggest heart.
Right here. Thank you. So, just a little bit of a story about dsquared. That's our team. Once again, small enterprise. However, yes, we do like to, I guess our main aspect of our business is to showcase how do businesses and developments approach sustainability. Now, part of the things that make us wake up in the morning, go to work, and be able to go through this journey with our clients is also our own personal, all of us in the office, our own personal, I wouldn't go as far as just say like total dedication, but at least our passion to be able to create sustainable outcomes and also to lead lives, and as an organization be a showcase of what sustainability is in practice. So our story has included, interesting enough, we've done the carbon neutral journey a little bit backwards. So because we're all about it, we just went ahead and did all of our sustainable retrofitting. For instance, we were the first office to get a Green Star interiors rating in South Australia, because we're like, oh, we just need to do this. We just need to get on with it. So to a certain degree, it's the same thing with our energy efficiency. We've gotten 5.5 star energy rating, just gotten a 6-star neighbors rating for our office last year. And that's just because we felt we just need to get on with it. We need to showcase how do we do with it. And of course, this also helps our own practices, but part of our story has always been just to lead, to be there. And I guess this kind of, whatever catchphrase you want to put in here, right? Whether it's don't talk about it, be about it, or just walk the walk. We felt that's what we need to showcase, that if we wanted to actually showcase to our clients or potential clients, but also our partners, because we work with so many organizations around Adelaide. If we can walk the walk, maybe they can also think that this is possible for us. We can see that dsquared is actively doing all these initiatives internally. How about we just have a go? So I don't want to say we didn't have sort of like a business case, because part of this is our marketing and our branding. However, is it okay to say you need a little bit of ego in this space? It's like, nah, we want to be the people that are showcasing how do you do sustainability, right? How do you walk the walk and showcase a passion through what your company actually stands for and within those processes. Next, please. So the biggest advice, and I think Lee's also touched on this, is that the biggest thing you need to get right from our perspective is that you need to get the right team. We didn't take this journey alone. We had our own Tony Stark or Hawkeye, whatever Avenger you like the best. But we couldn't have gone on this journey without the insight from people that have collaborated with us, or also getting an idea of who will help us with the steps in regards to the NCOS process, which is to make sure that everything is transparent and everything is along standards that you can verify and then we're all playing pretty much like the same game. So it actually took a little bit of time. The reason why I'm putting this a high emphasis on is it actually took us time to find the right organizations, the right people. It took us time to find who would help us get our carbon accounting right. Thankfully, we found Trellis, where we were able to actually do that accounting by actually quantifying it ourselves and also putting it into their online program. It took us a while to find an auditor that actually wanted to work with a small enterprise. I'll talk a little bit more about that on the on the pain points, and then also to just find the carbon credits. It was a long journey to find that. So if I was going to give the best advice I can to this whole room, is that there are some main players that are going to help you through those steps. Get those people in line early on, so then everything else just goes through quickly. So yes, that does lead me to my pain points, is that if you're a smaller organization, sometimes they just think you're small fry. Call it small business problems, if you will. But it was an issue for us. We were kind of turned away from a lot of consultants to help us because they kind of just priced us out. We couldn't find people that wanted to actually sell us offsets, believe it or not. Mainly because we had such a small carbon profile once we did our accounting. They were like, no, we don't want to sell you 5 tons of carbon offsets. Come back to us when you have about 100. We finally did find someone that, a provider that would say, look, if you buy 30 tons, then we'll sell it to you. So then, lo and behold, dsquared is carbon positive for 10 years in advance. However, I'm just putting this on your radar because this was an issue for us. It just took us a lot of time, and obviously in business, time is money. So the other pain points, I guess, was just, and this is for me thinking about other folks, dsquared, we do a lot of reporting, we do a lot of carbon accounting. For us to do it for ourselves, it's sort of like, hey, this is kind of like what we do for a lot of clients. Especially in the built environment, like the calculations and the reporting of it. However, I can see that for other organizations that really don't know what information to look for, what to look for on your bills, or how to organize everything, it can be a barrier for you. So please keep in mind how you're going to track some of your consumption, so to speak. Because that could eventually become a pain point for you if you don't have a system of collecting that information, if you don't hold people accountable or different branches of your business to be able to hold accountable to collect that information and then bring it all to a central point. For a small business, that point can be me, and then because we're all in just a 60 square meter office, I can just tap someone on the shoulder and be like, where's that flight information? Or where do we get the energy bills? Next, please. So upon reflection, I think going into it, it was mainly to showcase, put dsquared in a place of leadership. However, what we came out of it is that we are a lot more organized now. And I don't know if that's music to some businesses' ears, but sometimes you have to go through a process. So all of a sudden find out that you're a lot more organized in how you collect information, how do you actually report all of that. And the flow-on effect of that organization is that we have benchmarks to hold ourselves accountable. Yes, we might be the smallest organization, the smallest organization in terms of footprint, a carbon footprint as NCOS certified. However, we still need to hold ourselves accountable. dsquared actually isn't, we're a growing organization currently. And so how do we make sure that as our staff numbers grow, we're still trying to keep our footprint on an acceptable level? And I think this also has become a really good story. Once again, we were trying to be in a place of leadership. I think we've collected a lot of great talent recently, mainly because they know not only that the work is interesting, for dsquared and the projects that we do, but they know that we align with their values around sustainable living, a organization with a culture that prioritizes our impact on environment. So, in regards to future actions, sorry we don't have a building to create like Lee at the moment, but we're helping others to do that. That's our main avenue as consultants. So we will continue to work with our different partners and clients to look at how they can also create carbon neutral buildings, high performing buildings all across South Australia and Australia. The other aspect is that we want in on these South Australian carbon offsets. One of the small pain points, sorry for going a little bit over time, was that it was really hard to find carbon offsets in Australia as well. And we were adamant of getting offsets from Australia. We didn't want to go internationally. So if we can get into that pool and support local regeneration projects in South Australia, I think we would be a lot more for it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you in the room would rather support things in South Australia and building up our ecology here in the state. So thank you.